Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. The basketball world is holding its breath, and Golden State Warriors fans are left reeling as questions swirl around one of the most talented yet enigmatic players on their roster, Jonathan Kuminga, a name that once echoed with promise and potential. Kuminga's recent absence during a pivotal moment in the Warriors' season has sparked not just rumors, but an emotional uproar from fans, critics, and insiders alike, as the Warriors prepared for a season-defining clash with the Memphis Grizzlies, a game with playoff implications, legacy stakes, and immense pressure. The glaring absence of Kuminga from the spotlight became the story no one could ignore, yet no one could fully explain. In this video, we'll explore what really happened with Jonathan Kuminga, why Steve Kerr is remaining silent, and what this shocking development means for the future of the Warriors. Stick around, because this is not just about basketball. This is a deeply personal, emotional, and complicated story of talent, trust, and the ever-tense relationship between a rising star and a dynasty struggling to hold on. Jonathan Kuminga's journey with the Warriors has never been a smooth ride. Drafted with high expectations, Kuminga was hailed as the next generational talent, a player with athleticism, explosiveness, and untapped potential. He was supposed to represent the bridge between the Warriors' veteran dynasty, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and the future of the franchise. But instead of flourishing under their mentorship, Kuminga's career in the Bay Area has been a roller coaster of opportunity and frustration, a back-and-forth dance between promise and patience. And now, at perhaps the most critical moment of the Warriors' season, he finds himself on the sidelines, not due to injury, but for reasons that remain maddeningly unclear. Fans expected Kuminga to play a major role against the Memphis Grizzlies, especially with the stakes so high. The team has been dealing with injuries, inconsistency, and questions about its identity. Kuminga's explosive ability to defend, run the floor, and inject energy was supposed to be a crucial X factor. Instead, as the team battled it out on the hardwood, Kuminga sat quietly, out of sight. No official statement, no comment from the coaching staff, just a confusing absence and a deafening silence. Steve Kerr, the usually open and articulate head coach of the Warriors, remained uncharacteristically tight-lipped. When asked about Kuminga's absence, Kerr dodged, pivoted, and simply moved on. His silence said more than words ever could. Something was brewing behind the scenes. Something too uncomfortable to articulate in front of microphones and cameras. And that silence has only fueled the speculation that this is about more than rotations or matchups. It's about trust, misalignment, and maybe even the beginning of an irreparable fracture. Kuminga, for his part, has said little publicly, but sources close to the team hint at growing frustration. A young player eager to prove himself, stuck behind veterans, and a system built on trust and continuity. Kuminga has long struggled to find consistent minutes. When he plays, he often dazzles, but those moments are too few and far between. And as the Warriors have slid from championship favorites to playoff hopefuls, questions have mounted. Why isn't Kuminga playing more? Why hasn't he been developed more aggressively? Is there a disconnect between player and coach? And now, with him absent in a crucial game, and Kerr declining to explain, those questions are no longer whispers. They're roars. This isn't the first time tension has brewed between young players and Kerr's coaching staff. The Warriors are in a unique position, a dynasty with aging stars trying to win now, while simultaneously attempting to groom a new generation. But blending those goals has proven nearly impossible. James Wiseman is gone. Jordan Poole was traded. Moses Moody remains inconsistent. And Kuminga, he's caught in the crossfire. A player too good to be benched, yet somehow not trusted enough to lead. And that contradiction is not just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. Fans took to social media in waves after the Grizzlies game. Free Kuminga trended. Analysts expressed disbelief. Warriors beat writers called it baffling. And some even questioned if this could be the beginning of the end for Kuminga in a Warriors uniform, because while winning cures all, the Warriors aren't winning like they used to. And when losing becomes the norm, every decision gets amplified. Every absence becomes a statement. Behind all this is the emotional toll. Imagine being 21, full of talent and ambition, yet constantly being sidelined when your team needs you most. Imagine hearing praise from fans, analysts, and opponents, only to watch your coach choose experience over your energy. For Kuminga, this isn't just a professional hurdle. It's a personal battle. One between hope and heartbreak. Between trust and betrayal. Between waiting and wondering if your time will ever truly come. The situation also forces a difficult conversation about leadership. Is Steve Kerr, an architect of 3 championships, too loyal to the past? Are the Warriors stuck in an identity crisis, unable to move forward because they're too tied to what once was? And where does Kuminga fit into all of this? Is he a casualty of a system, unwilling to adapt? Or is there something more we don't see behind the scenes? One theory is that Kuminga's style simply doesn't mesh with Kerr's preference for structure, ball movement, and team defense. Kuminga thrives in chaos, fast breaks, isolations, slashing to the rim. He's an energy player, not a system player. And while that energy can ignite a team, it can also challenge the control that coaches like Kerr value. Still, in a game like the one against Memphis, where effort and physicality were needed more than finesse, Kuminga seemed like the perfect piece. His absence then becomes not just a tactical mystery, but a symbol of a larger philosophical divide. Adding to the drama is the timing. With the playoffs looming, chemistry matters more than ever. And this kind of uncertainty, this kind of unexplained tension, can fracture a locker room. Veterans may feel loyalty to Kerr, but younger players may see Kuminga's treatment as a warning. Patience isn't always rewarded, effort isn't always enough, and talent alone won't guarantee you a role. As the Warriors move forward, they face a critical decision. Either they invest fully in Kuminga, give him consistent minutes, a defined role, and the confidence that comes with it, or they risk losing him altogether, not just in terms of trade value, but emotionally. Because no matter how professional an athlete is, repeated rejection takes its toll, and once that trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild. For Kuminga fans, this is more than frustration, it's heartbreak. We see the potential, we see the flashes of brilliance, we see the fire in his eyes when he's on the court, and we can only imagine the pain he must feel sitting on the bench, game after game, knowing he could help, but not being allowed to. The future is uncertain. Maybe this was just one game. Maybe there are reasons we don't yet know. Maybe Kerr will come forward and clarify. But even if he does, the damage may already be done. Trust has been shaken. Questions have been raised. And the Warriors, already facing an uphill battle, now must deal with a storm of their own making. Jonathan Kuminga deserved better. Warriors fans deserved clarity. And the team, if it truly wants to compete, not just this season, but in the future, must decide whether it values potential or comfort, because you can't have both, not anymore. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. If you felt the emotion behind this story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and let us know in the comments what you think about Kuminga's role with the Warriors. Should he be playing more? Is this a sign of bigger problems within the team? We're here for every twist, every turn, and every untold truth behind the headlines. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and stay tuned.